All right, you guys, today lesson 3 on scientific notation. If you made it this far, you're doing great. Again, some of the stuff is brand new to you, I know that is. But if you can get this far and you've tried the assignments and you ask questions and things are going okay, then you're doing great, especially for this section, okay? Take a look here. I know in the last lesson we talked about this just a little bit. I referred to what happens if we're dividing numbers there in scientific notation. I showed one example like this. I think it was this exact one. And I referenced just like how in lesson 2, day 2 of this lesson, well, in scientific notation numbers, when you're dividing, okay, we're using rules that we actually learned early in this chapter. So take a look at a problem like this, and in this problem, you remember that we actually just kind of draw a line down here dividing the numbers and the variables. The big numbers just follow the old rules that we've always known. 15 divided by 3 is still just 5, like always. And with the exponents, though, you just subtract them. We learned a rule that if they have the same bases, I can subtract the exponents top minus bottom, okay? So this will be 5y squared. So today's lesson, day 3, goes into more of these dividing problems now, okay? We did a bunch of multiplying yesterday, the ones on this side, but now going into dividing, how do we deal with those? Again, pretty similar kind of ideas. Sometimes we got to adjust them to get them in scientific notation, but let me take you through some examples right now and show you what they should look like. All right, so the next two examples, again, just like the lesson from yesterday, if you remember, I'm always going to kind of point you out towards this example, though, because this is mainly what's happening here, right? Something like this. I can divide the coefficients, and then the powers with the same base, I can subtract the exponents, okay? So 6 divided by 3 gives me 2, and then if I subtract the exponents over here, 10 to the 12th minus 10 to the 3rd, or I should just say 12 minus 3 gives me 10 to the 9th, okay? And that would be a number in scientific notation. When you're doing these problems, again, like previous lessons, you'll have to make sure they are in scientific notation like this, but if they are, then you're good to go on your answer, okay? Take a look at this first one. Now, some of these ones with decimals, too, might throw you a little bit, like, oh gosh, 4.5 divided by 1.5, but if there is one part that I don't mind if you use a calculator, it's this part right here, when you just got to divide the numbers that are decimals. I think you'll find out a lot of them will come out nicely anyway. Top dog goes in the house, remember? Okay, for this problem, ooh, that's a 5. I just kind of ran out of space over there. Oops. So it's 4.5 divided by 1.5, okay? But 1.5 actually goes into 4.5 even amount of times. It's 3, okay? 4.5, 3 times 1.5 is 4.5, so it goes in evenly. So this actually, when you divide those, is just 3. And you'll find that a bunch of them will divide nicely, but even if they don't, again, that's the one part I'd say, not on any other part of the problem, but they're just dividing the coefficients, those numbers. You could use a calculator, okay? But after that, you should be able to do everything else on your own. Again, dividing powers that have the same base, I subtract the exponents from top minus bottom, so it'd be like 16 minus 5, and 16 minus 5 gives me 11. And that number right there is in scientific notation, 3 times 10 to the 11th power, okay? Good, taking a look at the next one, okay? Again, I've picked out some kind of nice ones here. This next one, too, actually does divide evenly. I think when you divide 2.34 divided by 1.8, you do get a nice number. You get 13, or sorry, it should be 1.3, and then times 10 to the, well, base is over here. The 10, both of them have a base of 10. They have the same base, so I can subtract the exponents. 36 minus 12 would give me 24. So 1.3 times 10 to the 24th. Now just say, you guys, just imagining if I had gotten 13 times 10 to the 24th, so just kind of pretend for a second. Remember our rule, though, what happens then? This actually would be wrong, okay? You did everything correctly in the problem, but now when you figured out the answer, it didn't have scientific notation anymore for the form of the answer. So we've got to convert it. Here's where the decimal would be. I'd move it one spot to the left, and when you move it one spot to the left, you got to add 1 to the exponent to change it. So it should be 1.3 times 10 to the 25th in my little made-up problem there, okay? Again, I was changing it from what it should have been. This is the answer to that one. But just kind of reminding you, and I'm sure we'll see some on the next slide with a few examples, that sometimes you do got to change them into scientific notation. Okay, on my last slide here with a few examples. I forgot to copy the right example there, so just remember we're doing with the dividing ones. But I did write down here something you should copy down in your notes. Pause the video right now if you need. But remember, kind of like we done that very last example I just did on the previous slide, fixing an answer to make it scientific notation. We wrote this on a previous slides as well, but it doesn't hurt to write it down again. Every time you write something down, it helps you remember. It helps your brain keep track of it. So it's always good to keep writing things down, you guys. If you move the decimal 1 to the left, when we're trying to fix the answer, then we got to add 1 to the exponent, right? So 1 to the left, we got to add 1. If you move the decimal 1 to the right, then you got to subtract 1 from the exponent, okay? Let's do a couple problems here. Just a couple more dividing ones, and I'll let you try it on the assignment today. Take a look at this first one. Again, these are both numbers in scientific notation, which means I can divide these. Now remember, it's top dog goes in the house, or top divided by the bottom, right? The smaller numbers on top here, 3.5 over 7. Okay, now again, this is part I would be okay with using a calculator for, but really, you might realize that 3.5 is just half of 7. When you divide these, you get 0.5, you'll find out, okay? Now over here, I still got to subtract the powers here, so 21 minus 3, which will give me 18. So this will be times 10 to the 18th, okay? But now, like we talked about, this is not scientific notation. This is an imposter because we can't have 0 as our one digit to the left of the decimal. I really got to take the decimal, move it one spot to the right in this case. The answer should be 5 times 10 to the, and like we talked about, then if I move to the right, okay, with our little rule, we got to subtract 1 from the exponent. So this is going to be 5 times 10 to the 17th for my final answer on that one. Okay, the next one. Now take a look at this one. Again, we're going to divide these numbers. 1.5 divided by 9. Actually, if you reduce those like a fraction, it'll be 1/6. And we're just going to round it off to the nearest hundredth in this case, okay? So we would get actually it'd be the thousandth. I'm going to go one more place. 0.16, and then it'd be 6 is repeating is what it would really be. We're just going to make it 1.67 in this case. If there was a problem like this, it would probably tell you to round off to the nearest hundredth or thousandth or whatever it would be. I'm just going to round it for this one. This particular case happens to be a decimal that keeps going, okay? But we're going to stop it right there. That's good enough for our purposes. Times 10 to the, now take a look at this one, you guys. I made this one for a reason, okay? Remember, we're always taking the bases there and keeping the same base, which is 10, and subtracting the exponents. But remember now, this is 10 minus negative 2 down here. What happens when I take, 9 minus negative 2? 9 minus, and then this is a negative number, so I got to have that negative in there as well. This is like a chop situation. You should get 11 in this case, okay? Careful. Remember up here, all these other ones, right? Look at the top one. 21 minus 3, yeah, it gave us 18. Okay, that was right. Okay, that's us subtracting like normal. Well, here again, we're subtracting 2. We got to subtract 9 and negative 2, though. It's not 9 and 2, it's 9 and negative 2. So I subtract them, chop, chop. I end up adding them. I end up getting 11. Okay, be careful of that. It's going to come into play in the next problem, too. Okay? All right, good. Now, actually, we have an imposter here, though, right? This would not be right because this is not scientific notation. I have to take the decimal, put 1 to the right. It should be 1.67 times 10 to the, when I move it 1 right, I got to take the exponent and subtract 1. So as opposed to 11, it would be 10 to the 10th power for this one, okay? Very good. One last one here. And again, if you need more help, though, check out the video for me going through homework problems. That'll be another way to get yourself some help if you need to. Take a look at the first numbers here. I'm going to divide these 6 over 8 just like a fraction, you guys. Reduce that down. It'd be like 3 over 4. And a lot of you should know what 3 over 4 is as a decimal. That's 0.75, okay? So again, some of you might not even need a calculator when you're reducing, but if you do, that's totally fine, okay? That'd be the part I would allow it. Good, take a look at the other part now. The bases, they both have a base of 10, right? So I'm going to subtract the exponents, so 10 to the what power? Well, let's write it out just like I've been doing. Again, here's a little bit of the work that might help to show sometimes. Negative 3 minus negative 8. Subtracting a negative, I'm going to chop right there at that point in the problem. So it's negative 3 plus 8. We end up getting positive 5, you guys. Yep, that's right. Because again, you're taking a negative and you're minusing another negative, and it's bigger. So yeah, I chop. I'm going to adding it, and now it's a positive number. So negative 3 plus 8 gives me positive 5. Okay? So yeah, but that's why it helps to write these out too. That's why it does help to show a little work sometimes. Take the decimal and move it one spot over because this is an imposter. It's not scientific notation. I need this to be 7.5 times 10 to the, and again, I moved it right looking at our rules over here. So I'm going to subtract 1 off the exponent, so it's 10 to the 4th when I'm all done. Okay, very good. Check and see how you did. Again, if you still need more help, let me know. Zoom, email, or again, check out the other video too for homework help, you guys. Okay, good luck.